Hello everybody. The Hexham Book Festival can't be in person this year for obvious reasons, so perhaps you're tucked up at home right now and getting comfortable in a big armchair or snuggled up in bed, which is probably the perfect place to be to enjoy this book by David Greaves, The Homesick Fox. Beautiful looking thing, isn't it? Great illustrations by Danielle Callaghan as well. So if you're ready, I'd like to read it to you now. In a cold grey city of brick and stone, a homesick fox lived all alone. What a pity, sighed the fox. What a pity to live all by myself in this city. The city did not feel like home. The fox was lonely on his own. If only, sighed the fox, oh, if only I weren't so lonely. He had lived in the forest and hunted at night. His eyes were alert. They were keen. They were bright. He had barked at the moon and the stars in the sky. The fox had been wild and stealthy and sly. He had run through the forest and sped through the trees. With other foxes around him, his heart had felt free. Can it be, sighed the fox, can it be I was ever so wild and free? But into the city one night he had strayed, and without knowing why, in the city he stayed. And as the years had passed by, his instincts had waned, and the once wild fox had now grown to be tamed. He no longer hunted in the darkest of night, but scavenged for food in the glow of street lights. And no longer fiery his bright eyes had dimmed. He was as used to the people as they were to him. What a shame, sighed the fox. What a shame for a wild fox like me to be tamed. At night the lonely fox would roam, and in his heart he yearned for home. He skulked the endless roads and streets of black tarmac and grey concrete. As engines revved and headlights glared, sirens wailed and car horns blared, and lorries rumbled through the night, their fog lights on and blinding bright. If only, sighed the fox, oh, if only I weren't so lonely. The swirling fumes and petrol smoke made the fox cough, wince and choke. As vibrations jarred the nighttime air, the fox's lonely heart despaired, and yearned for peace and quietude, and freedom from his solitude. If only, sighed the fox, oh, if only I weren't so lonely. If only I weren't so lonely. One night the fox could bear no more. The lonely patter of his paws, and that night began to trot, and on he went, he did not stop. At first the roads all looked the same, but soon became a winding lane. On and on that lane did wind, the city lights soon left behind. True and bright the moonlight shone. The homesick fox sped on and on, quickly through the wintry night, on the frost his footsteps light. Through villages that warmly glowed against the midnight wintry cold. Down winding lanes, past thatched-roofed barns, with cobbled yards and hay-filled barns. Through woodland, dense and dark and deep, where all but owls were fast asleep, in which there hung a wintry mist which veiled the trees in swirling wisps, and over wild, heathered heaths with tree-lined valleys far beneath, as all the while the moonlight beamed. How peaceful, thought the fox, it seemed, feeling less and less alone, with every step, and more at home. And then the fox heard, clear as day, a distant bark from far away. This way, fox, it seemed to say, as if to show the fox his way. The fox sped through the moonlit dark towards that friendly-sounding bark, feeling less and less alone with every step and more at home. This way, fox. And then he heard that bark again. Through the frosty trees it came. "This way, fox," it seemed to say, to lead the fox upon his way. The fox sped on through the starlit night. His heart felt free, his heart felt light, feeling less and less alone with every step and more at home. "This way, fox." And then the fox heard, crisp and clear, that bark again, its echo near. "Welcome, fox," it seemed to say, to guide the fox upon his way. The fox sped through rustling trees. His heart was wild, his heart was free, feeling less and less alone with every step and more at home. "Welcome, fox." And deep in the forest, overgrown, he reached a river's stepping stones, where upon the middle rocks there stood a wild country fox. The silver river danced and glimmered in the moon's reflected shimmer. The lonely fox was not alone. The homesick fox had found his home, and so he crossed the stepping stones. That's a lovely story, and that was written by David Greaves. If you can, spare a few moments to give a donation to Children North East, particularly in these horrifically difficult times. It would be so well appreciated if you've enjoyed that story and the others you'll find on the Hexham Book Festival site. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Bye-bye, or good night.